stuck in a dream. She's running wild, full cut her eyes. Had them since she was a child. Now nothing's changed. They'll run it off like a Mustang. One day, he was an actor, acted his age. Stuck in the dance at 17 and losing the game. They put on patience like a jacket in the rain, waiting for the sun to break.
Okay, we are here live in CFRC 101.9 FM, cfrc.ca, coming to you live from Kingston, Queen's University. I'm Rue. We're here at the CFRC live sessions, and we've got Brother Elsey in session tonight.
Yes.
What's up?
Very exciting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We're so glad to have you guys. I mean, you've driven in a pretty far way to come here. For our Kingston listeners who did see you guys play, and we'll talk all about that, let's start off with a bit of an introduction. Who are you guys?
Yeah, I'll start. My name's Brady.
I'm Beau.
I'm Dalton.
And I'm Jack.
And we're brotherelsey. Yeah.
And clip that. Take that out
Clip
of there.
it. No. I sing and play guitar.
I play electric guitar and sing also.
I play bass and sing some harmonies.
And I play drums.
And you guys take from the sort of folk rock traditions, but also bring in a modern touch to it. And you've come in a long way from Michigan to be here today.
Yeah.
So just tell me about that whole journey, I guess.
Yeah, so we actually came from Nashville. We live in Nashville currently, so
Okay.
even further of a journey.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's always worth every single hour and mindless game on your phone that we have to play every single day.
Yeah,
to
like
get
I
here.
think Canada in general has become such a special place for us. We were from Detroit originally, and we started to, tour like the 401. That was kind of always a thing you'd hear in Detroit, like, get your passport and you can go across and and play shows in Windsor, and then, London's not too far, and then Toronto's not too far. So, but Kingston has become such a very special place for us, and we sold out our first show at the Broom Factory this past Saturday. It's been amazing.
It's amazing. We love it here. It's like our second home.
Mhm.
We love the food. We love water. That lake.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a great town. Everyone's so nice to us, and we always have a really great time. And we'll make the drive as many times as we possibly can to come up here and spend quality time with the people up here. So.
Yeah, and not just the Kingston show that you sold out, but you also had a little secret set a couple of days later.
Yeah, we did. We played. We just invited a few of our fans from Instagram who tagged their friends and told us their favorite song. We had like almost 90 comments, I think, on the post, which is pretty good for us.
It's a lot for us.
Yeah, so we had to really, pick the few. We did like a random pick, and then we had just a couple of friends show up as well, and it was very intimate, super chill. We got to like talk through our new record pretty much. So we played, I think, 7 songs, and played like 5 new songs from the record, and it was a really cool sort of like moment to be able to explain like what the record is sort of about, what the songs mean to us, how they came about, and tell them the plans for release and everything, almost like a first like inside scoop from us.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But a lot more intimate and a little less aimed at the press. Mhm.
Yes, exactly. So just more for the people that care enough to some people drove from different cities just to make it happen. So
Cool.
they deserve more than I think the press to learn about the things that we're doing.
Yeah, and I also think that there was one person there that was going to see us 3 times, but because they were chosen randomly with this app that we found, this was their 4th. This is going to be their 4th time seeing us since we've been in Canada, which is just
It's crazy.
once great luck
And
for
that's
them.
wild.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They've been to 50,
Yeah, so
54 shows,
we have
53 shows of ours.
we have they're friends of ours now.
Yeah.
But they've been to LA to see us. They've been to San Diego, all over Michigan.
It almost feels like we see them more than our parents. You know? It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But it seems to me that it's all for a really good reason, because your shows, and I've seen it from the videos, they seem really evocative, and like you can hear it also when we saw you performing and all. You really just put your heart into it. The harmonies, you sing it out there, and you have these really big, almost overwhelming emotional sounds going into your music. So I want to talk a bit about the live shows.
Yeah. It's always been like our first love with playing music. You know, me and Beau and Jack started playing when we were like 10. We got guitars and we would just like sit on the street corner and play. And, you know, at 10 years old, or probably 11 or 12, probably not the greatest idea like to do that at such a young age, but we still were just like out there playing covers and just like trying to get people to like listen to us, you know. We sounded terrible, I'm sure, but we kind of just cut our teeth in that way. You know, Dalton has a similar sort of thing. He played at a lot of shows in high school, and you know.
Yeah, I just grew up around music. My dad's a songwriter, so grew up going to Texas a lot, and kind of from like as far as I can remember was around dance halls and music halls and everything. So.
And all those places are also like really big strongholds of, like, they have really strong music traditions.
Totally.
So do you think Texas, Nashville, Michigan, Detroit influenced sort of your the way that you write music? Because when I listen to your music, I hear like obviously a lot of folk, touches of country, but then sometimes I also hear like touches of, you know, the sort of Detroit scene, people like Iggy Pop, also just in that vein, a little punk touch.
Yeah, totally. I think there's all of that there, you know. We've definitely it's subconscious, you know. I don't think we're aiming to be like taking influence from, you know, such different parts of the country or different parts of, you know, the culture of music and where we're from, but it just kind of has turned into that over time, you know, us learning our instruments more and learning how to write songs more and what fits for us and what we want to say and how we want to say it. And I think it's, you know, kind of it's been crafted around, you know, where we've been and what we've done.
Yeah, and I also think that we never intended to be like a rock band. You know, I don't think we've ever talked about this, but even when Dalton came on, we were kind of just making like softer sounds or a little bit more like more folky kind of thing, and it just kind of progressed to us loving to play like rock clubs and playing, you know, writing a heavier song, and heavier is not the right word, but more upbeat maybe, or more rock and roll song, and it's kind of just changed. We just kind of love that part of music in general now.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely, like you were alluding to, a lot of big choruses, big sounds. I think I also did say before we started recording that these are like stadium kind of choruses.
Yeah.
But how do you sort of balance the contrast between like the heavier stuff, the softer stuff? Because if you listen to your latest single, one side of it, Passing Through, is like this almost like Bob Dylan-esque kind of like folk thing. And then the other side of it is like this huge, big kind of almost rock song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we've always kind of struggled as a band to find where we fit in within those worlds, you know? Like Jack was saying, we definitely have made a lot of really soft, folky music. And we've also been, you know, playing live shows has kind of brought out like the rock stuff for us, you know, because we really like to just like emotionally like evoke something from people. If we're portraying a certain emotion, we want them to feel it the same way. So like making music sort of within that spectrum. I think we were confused when we were younger what kind of music we wanted to make, so we just made it all. And that's kind of like influenced how we've made music since then. You know, we want to be able to have a big broad stroke over, you know, an entire genre and be able to show off, you know, everything that we like to do and you know, enjoy doing and, you know, want to give to people, I guess, you know.
I think it comes through in that song as well, because just coming back to Passing Through, I'm hearing bits of, like I said, Bob Dylan, but then also sort of like themes from maybe Led Zeppelin. Babe, I'm gonna leave you.
My favorite band.
Anything else? That's amazing. I think that what with that was just like we wanted it to be. It's such a amazingly well written song, and we wanted, it could have been just Brady and an acoustic guitar and then us sing harmonies on it, but I think that we all kind of wanted to just be creative, you know. And we had a recording of it. It was okay, I thought, and then we were just gonna change like some things on it.
Yeah.
And then 5 hours later, it was completely different. It was and we kind of just went down this rabbit hole, and then we came out the other side of what's out now. And I think we're all pretty proud of that song. I think everyone had a really good hand in it, and it's definitely an interesting listen. It's not just some folk song, you know.
And there's place in that for the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And your new album, I mean, you played us some songs from it, which our listeners will be hearing very shortly. You played some of those new songs, and again, I'm hearing those like blends. So talk me through the new album.
Yeah, so the new record will have Passing Through on it, and then also Babylon, which came out as like a package with the song. But the new record is definitely, it's a smoother gradient from the folky Bob Dylan to the hard rock, you know, Iggy Pop stuff maybe. I think everything really flows perfectly from each end of that spectrum, and it's a perfect depiction of who we are as a band, you know. It's going to be a self-titled record, so I think it's really just like a perfect statement of like, this is who we are. This is our almost like an arrival to what could potentially be like, you know, a career that hopefully will be a long and prosperous one, you know. But like, this is the start, and it makes sense for it to be just like, you know, this is us, right? So it has all the elements of what we've done in the past, but almost in like 4K, I think, you know, like perfect sort of like, you know, dialed in, I guess. Yeah.
In focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great way to put it, honestly. Yeah. In 4K.
So shall we cut to the first song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, the first song is called Bolt Cutter Eyes. Hope you like it. Stuck in a dream, she's running wild. Bolt cut her eyes, had them since she was a child. Now nothing's changed, they'll run it off like a Mustang. One day, he was an actor, acted his age. Stuck in the dance at 17 and losing the game. They put on patience, like a jacket in the rain, waiting for the sun to break. Stuck in a dream, she's running wild. We'll cut her eyes, had them since she was a child. Now nothing's changed, she'll run it off like a Mustang one day. Oh, the 23rd road's gonna save us tonight, 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 tonight.
We just heard Bolt Cut Her Eyes here on CFRC Live Sessions. Brother Elsey, you're here with us. So that's going to be on your first, on your self-titled album. Now, self-titled albums are always an interesting one because that's sort of where you're like, in a sense, asserting your identity. That you're saying this is who we are in album form.
Totally. That's kind of where that's what we want from it, you know. I think we're confident in saying that this is, you know, like a statement of just who we are, you know, defining ourselves and defining, you know, the start for us and the foundation, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing as well that I noticed, I went on your Spotify playlist where you talk about your influences, and it's a really broad palette.
Yeah.
You know, you've got everything from, if I'm remembering right, from Crosby, Stills and Nash to Oasis to Phoebe Bridgers, Billie Eilish. How do you then bring all these influences together?
I think it's like it's kind of a dumb way to put it, but like Mr. Potato Head, you know.
It's so true.
Yeah, it's just we're taking elements of like things that we just enjoy, that we absolutely love, and just kind of sticking it into, you know, make what this is, right?
A scrapbook, a collage.
There we go. That's probably a better way.
Could
to
have
put
said
it.
anything. Yeah, that or
I like
spaghetti.
Potato Head.
Yeah, it's like
dash
a
of
nice,
salt.
nice dish of food with different ingredients, you know. But I think it's different elements from those people, right? So Crosby, Stills, Nash, like the Harmonies thing, they're just so locked in. It's just like unbelievable how they sing together, and that's something that we want to emulate, right? But when it goes to like Billie Eilish, which is such a different thing,
Mm-hmm.
her writing and also her emotion that she kind of conveys with her performances,
Mhm.
and the production value, like everything that she has to offer within the song, production wise, is just so impressive and so like, and you know, it's perfect for the emotion that she wants to evoke. And
Phoebe, it's like, it's another, it's kind of like how Passing Through is an interesting production. It's like all of her songs are like very interesting, and it's hard to depict what you're hearing and how that was created. And I think that's something that we kind of strived for in some ways, for some songs at least. And there's other songs that are just like very like cut and dry. Like that's the song. There's no frills or anything like that.
like Oasis, you know, there's just
Yeah.
like, this is the song, you know, this is the groove. It feels good. This is how you sing it.
Mhm.
It feels good that way.
Piano
There's-
comes in here.
There's nothing more to it, and I think that's also like a beautiful thing about music. You can kind of do it any way you want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also have like, we had like a sixth sense when we were writing these songs where like we had 25 to 30 songs really that were like options,
Mhm.
and we started playing them together, and we all knew when it was like, okay, this is a song that's going to be on the record pretty quickly.
You
And
know?
I should say, for people who don't know, the brother part of your name, of your band name, is quite literal because you are a band of brothers. Like you said, you grew up singing and all of that. There's a bit of that, like spontaneous, like knowing. You just know what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, I think that goes with our influences that are so similar, especially growing up. You know, like Beau's my twin brother, Jack's my older brother. we have a grandfather who was in a country band that we used to like, sit around in his basement rehearsal place and just like, try not to break anything, but play around on them. And then just kind of growing up in a family where we all just sort of listened to the same music all the time, and just we all kind of got the same gist from all that. And then Dalton, from a different place, still has such a similar upbringing. We're both from the same state, obviously, and sort of our towns are very similar of where we grew up. So he grew up listening to the same music that we did for the most part, and he's our same age as well. So it kind of just worked out perfectly that he played the drums, and his influences were similar, and his taste is similar to us.
Yeah.
Well.
And it's also like hard pressed to find someone who likes the Eagles at 19,
So true.
Like,
Nobody did.
And it was just something that we were brought up on, and he was too. And it was like, okay, this makes sense. And Dalton, I think, has like a palate for rock and roll more than we do. Mostly.
I grew up listening to a lot of like Zeppelin, Seeger, and like classic rock stuff, but a mix of that like Americana and country. But like another thing about the sound, when we met, like the bands that we were listening to at that time that we met, I think really helped define our sound. Mumford and Sons, Ben Howard, Coldplay, like that bigger arena sound that we're kind of going for.
Kings of Leon.
Yeah, Kings of Leon. It's like during the time we met each other, I showed them a band, they showed me a band, and it's like that's kind of how it all came together.
It was literally Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, the foundation was there from like day one, basically, and then now it's just everyone's kind of all over the place with what they listen to, and it just makes our songs better now. Honestly.
I totally agree,
it's a lot
but
better.
I think the foundation is still the same though. We're still striving to be like 2016 Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Or like, the Eagles that we listened to at that time, but are much older, obviously. But we're like still chasing those little like,
Carrots.
post-adolescent
Yeah.
like ideologies of music. Like that's kind of where we're at still. Yeah.
And we'll hear one more of your new songs right now.
Yeah.
This is also going to be on the upcoming self-titled album.
It will be.
Introduce it.
Yeah, the song's called Blameless Blue.
Here on CFRC.
You're getting sober. Started trying to wind the lines in my head. It's not some obsession. Figure of speech was something I said. These days nothing seems worth the time, except the drive to your place on the riverside. It was just an exhale, yeah, my ego could tell, and I meant that. This picture, your pain is faded, and blue as a blameless sky. Let true colors take a hold of my paper flag. You're lighting me up, I'm doing the same. Oh, this magenta, you're charming me with it. It's all in my head now.
That was Blameless Blue. That's going to be on our debut full-length record coming out soon.
And we're here on CFRC with Brother Elsey. You guys are on the road at the moment, and you're touring with the Sons, with whom I guess you have a bit of a history with.
Totally. They're like our older brothers, you know?
It's
They're
increasing the number of brothers.
It honestly feels that way.
It's the Brothers and Sons tour.
Yeah.
That
But
was
it's been amazing. Nice. It's been amazing getting to know them, and we're like such huge fans of their music in general, and we've known them since 2018. We got thrown on just a random show with them in Detroit that they had sold out, and the promoter for the show was just like, I just want to give you guys like a solid show to play, open the show. You don't need to sell any tickets. You don't need to tell anybody really. You just go show up and try to make some new fans. And since then, we've just been thick as thieves, I would say. We had a really good time with them, and they blew us away. It was the greatest rock experience I've ever had. It was unbelievable. I've never seen the way that Brett Emmons moves around on stage. It was like I couldn't even imagine doing something like that, you know? And it almost kind of has influenced the way that we play now. Like, we really want to be able to give people what the Sons are giving people, you know, that's
capturing an audience is a big thing that they do.
Exactly.
And that was like, I think when we opened, we felt really good about ourselves, and then we saw them play, and we probably felt really bad about ourselves quickly.
It was
after.
just like a master class in how to captivate an audience, you know, and that was just like really inspiring. And we're just lucky to even be able to keep doing stuff with them, you know. We were lucky enough we played Kitabala, I think maybe 3 months after that with them, which was an unbelievable experience as well. Just so insane that we got to do something like that. And then like a year later, we played at Richardson Stadium in Kingston, which was like the greatest night of our entire lives collectively.
It doesn't really get better than
No,
that.
it doesn't.
Pretty wild.
It's just crazy, you know. We just keep getting, you know, they just keep giving us amazing opportunities. They're so gracious with that. They're just so like they want to help the next person out so much. You know, Jay and Brett specifically are just so they're so interested in what other people are doing as well. You know, Brett is like really great at helping bands with production and stuff, and he's working with Tiny Horse, I believe, with their new stuff. And Jay has been managing us actually for the last 6 years, since 2018, since we first met him. And you know, they're just champions for other musicians, and that's really a refreshing thing to see, as well as them being just like the greatest rock band in the history of the world, you know.
I think there's also a little bit of a lineage of brothers. You know, like I know the McDonald brothers of the Trues were great friends with the Glorious Sons and kind of took them under their wing. Yeah. Two brothers taking on the brothers, and then the Sons have kind of taken us on as little brothers, and that won't be forgotten.
We have to find
where we want to go.
We have to find our brothers, our little brothers.
Or sisters.
Or sisters.
Yeah, we're out there.
We have some time before that happens, I think, but
yeah, we still gotta get going.
Yeah. But
I feel like being with them, you've sort of been woven into Kingston's fabric in some ways. Like the Richardson Stadium, a lot of Kingston bands also haven't played some of those shows.
Right. It's crazy to think that we are so lucky to in such a historically like music town, you know, with the Hip being such a huge band for this town, and then now the Sons have sort of taken the torch.
Bryan Adams was also born here.
Bryan Adams. It's just, yeah. So it's just unbelievable. This town is just, music is within its DNA, you know, and to be able to have such a connection to the city, just because of the graciousness from the Sons, it's just an incredible thing. We're very lucky, very very blessed to be able to do what we're doing, you know, here.
You don't find cities like this.
No,
very
it's a
often.
beautiful place.
We've traveled a lot, and it's like it's similar to Detroit. Like the music scene, if you will, is like it's there for you to take advantage of it.
There's also a toughness to both cities where you gotta earn it, though.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you gotta be great, you gotta be good for them to give you the time, which is a good thing. You know, bars high.
Bars high.
And now you're going on tour with them to some pretty deep cut cities as well. Like you're going to be playing in St. Catharines, you're playing Owen Sound with them, and those crowds show up because like they don't get a lot of these big gigs a lot.
Yeah, and I think we're the most excited about that because like we really want to. We're talking about the Glorious Sons captivating an audience, we really want to do that. And when a fan base is as ravenous as people that haven't seen the Glorious Sons play in a few years because they haven't gone through Owen Sound, they're going to be triple hungry, you know what I mean, for real music. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to really gain some solid fans.
We're kind of getting up there, kind of like Kitabala vibes, I'd say.
Excited.
And so I know what it was like last time up there, so I'm excited to
get back to the people. Yeah,
in the dead of winter.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
It's the real Canadian tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're also filming some parts of it, aren't you? Like on this tour.
Yeah.
Tell me about the film. Sounds so exciting.
Yeah. So we got cast in a movie called Dandelion. It's through IFC, and we were cast in the movie about 2 years ago. We played a show at the Basement, and the director for the film was looking for a band for about 6 months before. She had gone to a bunch of shows and looking for the band for the movie. And she showed up early for a showcase called New Faces Night, and we played the show right before New Faces Night. So she showed up early and saw us play without really expecting to see a band, and she tells us instantly, she's like, "This is the band." She started writing on her bar receipt like the songs that she loved and the stories we were telling on stage. And so after the show, she came up and just said, "I'm a film director and I'm making a film about musicians, and I really want to talk to you guys about potentially being in the films." And I was like on stage right after I got off stage. I'm like, yeah. I was like, in your head, you're like, there's no way, there's just no way that she's actually a for real director. And then 2 weeks later, she sends us the script, and our names are in the script. She wrote us into the script. And then I think 6 months after that, we were filming in Covington, Kentucky. So the movie's called Dandelion. It features Kiki Lane and Thomas Doherty as the leads. And then Brother Elsey as part of the supporting cast. And then Grace Kaiser is also a really great role in the movie. But it centers around one person, Thomas Doherty, who plays Casey. He's a former member of Brother Elsey in the movie, which is interesting. And he comes back for one last show with us. And then on the other end, the female lead, it's kind of her last hurrah. She sells her electric guitar, and she decides to submit to be in a music competition that we're all playing. It's her last sort of leg, last option. So she goes up, and we play the whole thing, and that's where everything happens. But it's a really amazing film. It's a really emotional film. It's really romantic and exciting. And if you love music, if you love the grittiness of music, it's such a real, raw testament to like what musicians actually go through. So this movie is going to be world premiering at South by Southwest next month on March 10th. So we got lucky enough to be selected, and then so we're all going to be going to the premiere, the red carpet in Austin, Texas, and we're super excited. Our song called "Passing Through" is actually a part of the film. It's a big scene in the film. Our song "Dreamer" is also in the film, and we're just so lucky and grateful, and can't even you can't expect things like this to happen, and it's just like a really surreal situation, and we're very, very grateful for it, for sure.
That's incredible, and they're great song choices to be in a film as well.
I agree, yeah.
Very
absolutely.
cinematic.
Mm-hmm, totally.
And where can people keep up with you guys, like online, things like that?
Yeah, so we're just by Brother Elsey. It's ELSEY, and that's across all platforms. We have an amazing TikTok channel.
Yeah, we do.
We need more followers there.
We need some more numbers, please.
Yeah, so please
You're
watch our
out there.
TikTok. But yeah, we're active everywhere. So if anyone just even Googles us, I'm sure you'll find some stuff. And we'd love to hear from you. If anyone wants to say hello and let us know if you like our music or if you don't, the engagement either way works for us. So go ahead and do that. Let us know. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for dropping by. Again, it's been a long tour for you guys, and you made the time to drop by CFRC, you dropped by Kingston. I think Kingston really does appreciate you guys coming by.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the show was sold out. People seem to have really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for stopping by CFRC.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so
Thank you
much.
guys for
This was
having us.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great time. Thank you guys. Thanks.
Okay, I should also say, we'll be going out with one last song. Take it away.
Yeah, this last song is called Red Tape. Hope you like it.
Brother Elsey. You're listening to CFRC 101.9 FM, Kingston.